Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Thursday, October 9th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. Still in a long-term buy signal from a month ago, 4 weeks ago, when we closed above the 362.39 2.5-year channel top, anticipating 524.64 as our longer-term objective. I've been mentioning 5 to 8 months. I still think that's realistic because along the way, and we've been mentioning this all along, that there is a sellable rising channel top that is only about 7 months in the making. It has contained buying pressures so far, roughly last week. We pushed through it a bit, but we didn't close above it. 469.54 this week. On the daily chart, it can be found at 464.93. So the two combined still represent our ceiling of resistance near to midterm. And that does allow the market to fall away over the next 3 to 5 weeks, couple of months at the most, depending on volatility, down to 362.39. 362.39 is really kind of a range of support that is backed up by a newly formed rising channel bottom at 354.67. So this is really, I would call this our 1 to 2 month, you could call it a 3 to 5 week dynamic. We topped out in the upper 460s just a week ago. The market's susceptible to bearish rotation into the 350s, 360s. So susceptible, in fact, that if you did sell the market in the upper 460s, that is to say, sell it short, you can continue holding that position on the way down. We do have 405.50 as our 1 to 2 week target. We've yet to test it, but if tested over the coming days, can contain selling through next week, and perhaps we can round up back into the 460s within 2 to 3 weeks. This is where the 1 to 2 month 350s, 360s possibility comes into play that allows the market to rotate up and off of that 405.50 formation for a week, 2 or 3 before falling away, presumably. So if we do, though, in the coming days close below 405.5, then it is certainly possible we're just another week, 2 at the most, from falling into this a significant 354.67 to 362.39 region, where all profits can be taken on any short sale that you may have made in the 460s over the last week. And in fact, you can reverse and go long, rotate upward, because over the longer haul, holding above 362.39 will keep 524.64 as a long-term 5 to 8 month objective. And if we were over the next week or two, I don't see that by tomorrow, Friday's close, but if by the end of next week we do close above this 369.54 rising channel top, you can see with present volatility, we're just another 2 to 3 weeks away from reaching this 524.64 5-year channel top, where we can top out, and this is the bigger view of it, goes all the way back to the 2020 low, where we can top out not only for the rest of the year, but even well into next and fall away from here.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
Let's get into kind of the day itself. We keep bouncing back and forth with our pivot points because all these soft pivot points inside here have not been working very well. A 435.57 in particular, the low of the high. We closed below it, late last week and back above it, and then below it on Tuesday and back above it. So this 435.57 has actually been eliminated, as you can see, from the support resistance. And what we have now is just a simple trend line coming off the highs over the last week of trade, today at 440.63. So holding below 440.63 will keep 405.50 in reach by the end of next week or sooner, where once again we can bottom out on a weekly basis and even round up from here for a week or two. And when I say this, I'm not trying to shake any of you short position holders who may have sold this 469.54 formation a week or two ago, anticipating the 360s. I'm just giving you what I consider to be a realistic possibility. That is to say, 405.50 is an area we may bottom out and round up again, but I still think of the two, the much more significant is the 469.54. That kind of rules, if you will, the 6-7 month time frame. And inside that, below that, we can fall to channel support in the 350s, 360s between now and, say, the end of November. Let's get back to the upside, this descending trend line at 440.63. I think if we close today above 440.63, we'll probably, I don't know about Friday, that would be quite a rally, but it is certainly possible. Within 2 to 3 days of closing above 440.63, expect a retest of the 464.93 up to 469.54, a longer-term resistance area, 469.54. Once again, this channel top on the weekly chart where the market can be sold. If you wanted to try the swing trade, that is to say, if we close above 440.63, you could play the long side into Friday, possibly into early next week, where you could get a solid 20-25 point run off of a settlement above 440.63. But, once again, this is the big area that can contain buying through November, and if settled above, would then indicate our overall objective at 524.64 within another 2 to 3 weeks, where we could top out through the rest of the year, possibly well into next. I hope that all made sense. One last thing I think I need to mention, and it only doesn't need to be mentioned because we're so far off the mark, but if we were to close below 405.50, actually I do think I mentioned this just a moment ago, if we do close above 405.50, that would be consistent with anticipating the 350s, 360s within a month or two and closing below 405.50 within a week or two. I'm going to leave it at that for Thursday's Daily Tesla Report. You have a great day.